Here's Abby girl. Sunning at the campsite. Hey, Miss Abby. Are you enjoying that sunny spot? Yeah? Yeah, you enjoying that? It's a nice spot, huh? Sunbathing.
This campground we're at is called the Minnie Peterson Campground. It's a state campground that the state of Washington runs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's primitive camping, but it has some vault toilets. But it's part of the Discover Pass. So if you buy the Discover Pass, camping here is actually free. And the annual Discover Pass, I think we paid $52 or something like that for it.
Yeah.
But it's allowing us to stay at any of these state parks at a discounted rate, or some of them, like this one, completely free.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice to stay somewhere free. We've been paying for some campgrounds the past few weeks on the peninsula, which has been fine and has really been nice and helpful. But it's also kind of cool to get out here and to dry camp a little bit and be in this beautiful nature right here, because there's a lot of big trees and a lot of shade, and the campsites are really nice.
Yeah, there's 9 slots here that you can get an RV, and there's another slot for tent camping. One of them is ADA accessible with wheelchair access, and you can get a big, several of the slots you could get a big Class A in. There's a couple of them been here since we've been here.
Yeah, definitely you can get some large RVs, and most of the spots here, I'd say, a few of them are a little bit small, but you could definitely get a small trailer, or, we've seen some truck campers here. And then I think only one of them is really only tent accessible, but all the others you can at least pull your car in, your truck, or even a small trailer up to a large Class A.
We're in site, what's the site? 5. We're in site 5 here. This is a nice site. It's got a big fire pit, so you can make a fire. Super big and nice picnic table.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty here. You don't get much sun, so we catch a little bit of solar across the picnic table in the afternoon, but you got to pretty much run a generator every day out here, at least for a little bit, to keep your batteries up. But
not fill your tanks or use your water too fast.
Yeah, it's dry camping. Up the road about 10 minutes, there's another state park that has a dump station you can use, and you can actually get water there. So you could potentially go up there and dump your tanks if you needed to.
And it has showers.
And it has showers, yeah, token
which we're
operated
going to be
showers,
partaking in probably later today.
Yeah, that will really save the amount of time we can be out here. If we're taking showers, we generate a lot of gray water and have to dump it. But if we can go up there and take the showers, it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes up the road. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. We'll show you a little bit around our campsite and this campground in general. It's not very big, but we'll show you what's here because we think it's really awesome.
Yeah.
So just a quick look at our campsite here. There's this huge picnic table, which is really cool. Right now we do have our solar panels on there. Most of the time they're not getting a lot of sun, but there does seem to be about an hour or two that a good bit of sun hits them later in the afternoon. So that's been helping us a little bit. There's a fire ring kind of tucked behind there where you see one of our blue chairs. And then over here is the little Coug. We got our grill out. We have our generator out because we've been having to run that for a couple hours to recharge the house batteries, as well as recharging our lithium battery. And then a first for us is we finally ran out of propane in one of our tanks. We've been on the road and living in the Coug. Well, we've been living in the Coug about 5 months now and on the road for 4 months. And one of those propane canisters has lasted us that whole time. We don't use a ton of propane most of the time. We use it for the stove, obviously, but if we're plugged up somewhere at a campground, we run the refrigerator on electric, and we haven't used the heater at all. So we finally ran out of propane, so we'll be needing to get one of those refilled. But as you can see, there's a lot of shade, which is really nice. There's some very large old trees here. We shot in front of one a second ago, but I'll show you this tree back here.
There's moss on everything.
Yes, there's moss on everything. Jess is going to walk over by this tree to show you how big it is. It is absolutely amazing. Elder tree, so gorgeous. But so you can see Jess there next to, and he's not even all the way up to it, but it is, I don't know. How far across do you think that is? Like 8 feet?
Yeah. Down here at the base, probably 15 feet.
Yeah, it is just huge. Gorgeous. Lots of crows around talking to us, which is pretty neat. You can see through the trees back there, one of the other sites that's the first site when you pull in, and there's a Class A right there. But it's just a really nice site, and you can see there's a nice room back there for Miss Abby to lay in the sun. We're enjoying it quite a bit.
There's a little paved path if you walk over here.
Yeah, it's nice. They have like these paved paths that kind of run behind the trees, but in between the different sites. And it's been nice for us to be able to walk Abby on them. We have our mat out here.
It's not very long, but it's nice where it is.
Mm-hmm. So you can see here, this is the start of the path behind our site.
Show the roots of this tree.
Yeah, these trees are absolutely amazing. Look at that. Massive. Hello, Mr. Crow. Just absolutely amazing.
You could crawl through the roots of that tree.
Yeah, there's enough room between those roots that are stretched out like that. You could crawl through there. But here you can see the little path we were talking about. So it's kind of nice to walk Abby back here among the trees and stuff.
Here comes a car. There's some traffic during the day because this leads to the entrance to the Ho Rainforest Visitor Center.
Right.
So there's a fair amount of traffic during the day, but at night it gets really quiet and the traffic completely dies down.
Yeah, like no one's on that road to the park during the evening, so it's pretty nice. But we love it here and staying for a week. And today we're going to go do a little sightseeing. So we'll see what we can find.
We went to the rainforest area and they had the roads closed, so we had to make a turn around. And we decided to go to a place called Ruby, yeah, I couldn't remember. I keep trying to say the wrong name. Ruby Beach, but we're in the middle of a cloud right now, so there's fog everywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to miss out on the Hall of Moss. We're hoping that maybe during the weekend they'll have the park open again, and we can try again maybe on Saturday or Sunday. So we thought, well, Ruby Beach will be we want to go there too.
Yeah.
But now, unfortunately, there's so much fog, you can barely see anything.
People say this is like a must-see place whenever the weather's nice. And
Yeah.
when we were a mile up the road, it was sunny and 70 degrees, and here it's about 50 degrees, and we were in the middle of a cloud.
I'm really glad we grabbed some pullovers because it is quite cold down here on the beach. You might be able to hear the waves. There's several people here checking it out too. It seems to be definitely a stop a lot of people want to make and see. It's just unfortunate that there's so much fog today, but you know, that's life. It's still beautiful and we're still enjoying coming down here and checking it out.
We found the ultimate on-the-beach campsite. Unfortunately, they don't allow camping right here. But wouldn't this be a really cool spot, this under this arch right on the beach?
This natural arch, very cool.
I guess it would be a cool spot until the tide came in.
Yeah, then your camp would get washed away.
But it's neat to walk around out here and see this. We're at low tide right now, so a lot of this is underwater part of the day. One thing we noticed that I didn't expect to see out here on these rocks is at the very tip top, I don't know if I can point it out, but like right up there's a lot of grass growing on the rocks, so I guess that's where the wave action doesn't get to. But it's just the tip tops of the rocks, but a lot of them are like that. This area must be often underwater. Since we're here at low tide, you can see some of the stuff that's normally underwater on these rocks. Little black shells. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Some type of mussel or oyster or something.
Can you point at it again?
All of these little shells are embedded in whatever this is. I'm not sure what this is either growing on it.
Looks like sort of like coral, you know?
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know what it is though. Maybe. But you can see all these shells. I hope it's coming through on the camera. Thanks for coming along with us to Ruby Beach. Unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate with us today, but it was still fun, and we had a great time coming out here and exploring the beach and seeing what it had to offer. Thanks for watching.
Your face, you like.
Can't smile at my friends out there.
No.
One nice thing about this park is that you start laughing, I can feel you.
You might ruin our chance for the Oscar.
I don't want to do that. Hello, everyone.